Hey, everybody. Oh my gosh, what a great day today is. It's Lisa Copeland. It's 4:30 and it's time for my show, Big Sellers, where I have the most extraordinary people on my show. Because if you're not extraordinary, then you're not gonna be on my show. But today I am so happy and proud, and I did not promote this a little bit earlier today because I had to have Miss Cherie Mathews, the 2018 Global Woman Inspiration, let's see, Global Woman Inspiration Award winner for 2018, given her award 2 nights ago in Times Square in New York. One of my dearest friends, but she had to move her schedule around so she could be on this show. And I said, I have to have you on Monday. We have to celebrate this global international award that and you know what, Cherie? I'm not going to say that you won. You earned it, sister. Welcome to Big Sellers.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction.
Oh my gosh, I am so darn proud of you right now, as is all of the women in the world that know you and know your heart and your dedication and your commitment to helping men and women through their darkest days.
Thank you. It's an honor that I'll never forget, and probably what's so incredibly special, Lisa, as you know, you're a mom. I got to take my beautiful daughter, Ashley, who's going to school full time, working full time, and she's just stepped out into the entrepreneurial world. And so for her to actually experience what it is for the sisters to love on her and encourage and everything like that, I don't know. That's the biggest award right there. Yeah.
Okay, but I have to think that when you were called to that stage, that she was over the moon, so proud of her mom, because you didn't know before you got to New York whether you won or not.
Oh no.
Because you had texted me and with the picture of the award, I'm like, oh my God, you won. So I just, you didn't know. So take us through the amazing other women that were there.
Okay, so this it's Merla Sula. She's got a global women's movement that's truly a movement. I know there are a lot of people throw global around, and I thought maybe too, people say, oh, everything's global thinking, global everything. I went in there and I actually danced to music from all over the world. They were dressed to the nines in their particular country garb, and we were dancing to the different music, and I'm like, I am visiting the world right now in one meeting. So it is a global movement, and she is the most powerful person to get these women together. They're opening up so many chapters all over the place. You can't even believe how fast this is growing and scaling, and she's just so down to earth and loves women. So it was an experience I'll never forget.
So you talked about the chapters. What is the goal of these groups, of these chapters that are forming around the world?
Okay, well, I want to read you because I can't do it justice, because this is also.
Please.
But listen to this one thing that she said. This is her face right there.
Yes, beautiful lady. I looked her up.
Yep. And she says this, and this is awesome. At a time when the whole world is experiencing a huge humanitarian crisis, there is still time to create a new world paradigm that based on conscious activism, financial empowerment, and spiritual moral compass. She believes there's time, and it's going to be the women tribe to make this movement happen. And
where does she live, Cherie?
Well, I think she lives in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, show us the award. I mean, come on. I want to see the bling bling, sister. I only got to see it in pictures.
She's changing the paragraph there.
Dang, that is beautiful. Oh, I love it. Congratulations. Well, for those of you who watch me, this is a new platform I'm using called Be Live, and it's super cool. So look what I can do, Cherie. Look, I can actually put up.
Hey, Chantel. Woohoo!
And Linda Lilly, who is over at Volvo.
Awesome.
And Linda is was, I know, somebody who came out and supported you, as did Chantel, our dear friend up in Canada. And I think the coolest thing was that I couldn't get on Facebook where women from everywhere were not sharing your story and what you had done, and asking for people to vote for you. And I just it had to have made you feel amazing.
It really did, Lisa. And that's really what I so appreciate about you know, the way you're able to make a movement happen, you are literally walking the walk. And so what I do is I help breast cancer patients heal in comfort and dignity, because it's something I experienced personally 18 years ago. And as a former IBM and computer engineering and R&D problem solver, NASA person, I'm like, wow, are you kidding me? There's nothing for women to heal in comfort and dignity after I had the double mastectomies, which is the removal of both breasts. Okay, so this is an attack spiritually, mentally, and physically. For me to have to go Googling things and try to figure out what my new body's going to look like and how to deal with surgical drains sewn in my body is an atrocity. And I really just believe that even though I failed home ec, I created a prototype. A prototype. And I thought, well, you know what? I'll just try to bootstrap this, and I'll try to help 100 patients. And then I'm done. I don't want to talk about cancer anymore. But God has different plans for me. And so this 100 patient give turns into 19,000 patients all over the United States, and in certain countries, Lisa, that I don't know, it's like angels are just taking the concept of comfort and dignity literally all over the world, in the jungles of Nicaragua. And usually I've just been involved with Uganda, and a woman that was burnt beyond belief, and she could not wear clothes, but women have taken my shirts, patented product, off to Uganda to help women. So it's on a pathway where I'm just like the vessel and trying to be a good.
And this is why, Cherie, you are a global inspiration.
Oh, thank you. I mean,
you're welcome. Because not only are you helping women and men heal in comfort, because men also are affected by breast cancer. Men can get, and they have mastectomies, and you've been such a champion for that. But even, well, I'm not going to say bigger, but big. You are a champion for the entrepreneur community.
Yes.
You are constantly out there trying to help your friends and trying to help people that you don't even know, because what all of your friends say about you is that you're a savant. You are probably the smartest human that we know, and you're always trying to build a better mousetrap, which is just my way of saying it. But you're always thinking about what is that better mousetrap. And so when do you think that heal and comfort is what really sent you down this entrepreneurial trail, or have you always been an entrepreneur? Because I've only known you during the heal and comfort days.
I've always been an inventor. That's my thing. But I truly believe, and I thank you for your kind words, but I believe that you have the savant in you, and everybody has a savant in them, if you want to call it that, a genius. And I think you all have ideas. And I think everybody just needs to get those ideas out of their head and onto paper. There's less than 2% of women actually even file for patents. Okay. So my message in bootstrapping my business is really to give back to the entrepreneurial spirited people there, the pioneers, the trailblazers. And that is, you can do this, and you don't have to go into fear and debt and what if failure and all that. You just have to start making the steps towards that. So I'd have to say that I've always been an inventor. It's in my DNA. I've had my great uncle invented the first horsehair dance floor for Fred Astaire to stop shin splints. And then I had him also do the mason jar connector. So that's pretty
really
cool.
Now, all these pictures on your walls back there are your patents, if I remember right.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see them all, but there's quite a bit. And, Melinda Garvey's the one who first encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone and tell people about it. And so I filed to get into a competition for Austin Woman magazine, and I won my first. My first grant. And so it's over my desk right now, my very first patent. I wrote it myself because I'm bootstrapping, but I kind of know this stuff. USPTO called me and they said, "Is this Mrs. Mathews?" And I said, "Oh, they're going to bomb me." And they said, "Ma'am, we're not only publishing you, we are standing and applauding you. I was like, oh, I couldn't even feel my legs. I mean, I'm like, they said, "We wish you the best in this endeavor." And so can you imagine starting that? And that's simply because I tried by filling out a form, trying to get into a competition. I mean, you have to do it. You have to try, right? So I like to do it because I bootstrapped it to learn business really quickly. I reverse engineer everything. So I reverse engineered all the reasons why entrepreneurs fail. And I made a big list and I cross-referenced it. I said,
So Cherie, so let me stop you there. Why do they fail? Give us a couple of them.
oh, I'm just going to tell you what I believe. When people have a goal and a passion, even with lack of knowledge, if you feel like you have to go into financial debt just to get started with your business, and you haven't even learned business yet, they get paralyzed with just trying to get enough money into the program to pay their debts, right? So that can paralyze you. It stops the free thinking. It stops the creativity and the fun. So I think it's great to start bootstrapping first. Learn the business. Learn what social media is. What's your message? What's your elevator pitch?
Like, and then you have to do what?
Yeah, fear not, because
fear not.
Yeah, because if you're afraid of failure, afraid of just being paralyzed, and you'll never start. So you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's right.
So I think it's bad at the end of your life if you said, oh, I had such good ideas. I really wanted to help the elderly. Oh, I just wanted to help the vets, but you never even tried. Part of my message with Heal and Comfort is, if I can do it having no business understanding, okay, I am in computer engineering, blah, 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 IBM stuff. I did this because I wanted to learn. I'm ready to no longer be bootstrapped. I'm ready for next steps for scaling. But I did bootstrap for a couple of years to be able to learn rapidly, take ownership of my own money. Sharon Lechter, know your money.
That's right.
And Sharon Lechter changed my life by saying, solve a problem or serve a need. I hear it as a mantra in my
business. If you serve a problem or solve a problem, serve a need.
Yes. And if you don't, you're not going to be successful. So within a couple statements from Sharon Lechter, I kept on, that was my mantra. I'm like, are you still solving problems? Are you still serving a need? So this
unfortunately though, Cherie, you're gonna solve this problem for a very long time. I would love, and I know you would love, to put you out of business.
Oh, without a doubt. But I help organ transplant patients and heart surgery people too. So it has life after. Heal and Comfort isn't only for breast cancer, but you're right. We need to find a cure for sure. But I put both of those formulas together. I don't just solve a problem or serve a need. I put them both together because I said, if I can do both, what Sharon's offering, I'm going to nail it. This is going to be good. And I do.
You do. You absolutely do. Renee and I wrote about you almost 3 years ago in our book, Crushing Mediocrity.
This book?
In fact, yes, you are on page 102. Yep. When we talk about influencers, when you use your influence for good. I mean, Cherie, and I'm going to brag about you because you are the most humble human being that I know. But, you had a very high paying job. You were in in a very male dominated industry. You did really well. And you stepped away to do this, to solve a problem, serve a need, but really to help women. And I can just tell you from my own personal love of you that there's never been a time I haven't called you over the years and that you have not been right there with me. And, that's the kind of person you are. But, you take that same interest in people that you don't even know. If somebody calls you and says, Cherie, I've got a friend and she's, somewhere that you can get in a car and drive to, you're there and you're encouraging. And, my mom just went through cancer and chemo and radiation, and you were there and encouraging. And, and that's what you do. I mean, it's unbelievable how you serve others, and so when I found out you were up for this award, I was just like, oh, finally, she's going to get, first of all, I always knew you were going to win. I just knew it. How could they not pick you? Just my personal opinion on the subject. But that being said, even if you didn't win, what an honor it was that you were a finalist among these amazing women that were also being recognized with you in New York from around the world.
Amazing women. Amazing women. I just was so blessed just to be in this company. But to answer that, and thank you for your kind words, Lisa, but really the real question is, why else are you here?
That's right.
Why are you this person and stuff, but why else are you here?
And one of the things that I used to, because when I had the dealership, of course, we sponsored everything you did because I just believed so much. And I used to tell people, I'm like, versus buying flowers, okay, $100, $150. You can't get out from under that nowadays. Buy him or her a recovery kit that is delivered to their bedside.
Yeah.
kind of like what you like to say, with, with hugs and with love. And I mean, that's something that will stay with them, that helps them. And I mean, Juliana Rancic wore your shirt. In fact,
Yeah.
Renee and I talked about you during the training that we just filmed for Crushing It. And we talked about that. And it's so beautiful. It's so soft. It makes you feel like, okay, you know what? I'm going to be okay. But then tell everybody about the next level you've taken it to with the notes and all the things that you and your team do.
Well, so for Heal and Comfort is an LLC, and I am selling all over the United States by basically guerrilla marketing. And again, I was in the learning phase. I'm ready to move on from
But also Amazon too. Is that right?
Amazon. We're trending. We're the #1 hit for mastectomy help and things like that. So
Wow.
that is my LLC. The reason why I'm building a business and trying to do it rapidly is because the medical distribution companies actually only play within their own little boxes. They don't take entrepreneurs with really cool ideas and say, oh, we'll incorporate that wonderful idea. My end goal is to be acquired or have a licensing deal with a large medical distribution company that has a global reach. Because why? That means it's fair for all. Everybody's going to have an opportunity to heal in comfort and dignity. And what really blew me away is a sprained elbow gets a sling without even asking. That's recovery equipment, right?
Mm-hmm.
A woman that's had their breast removed, which is basically a mutilation, is told to Google or bring their husband's dress shirt or go to Goodwill and find something. I'm like, why? Why don't you have standardized equipment? So my end goal, truly, is to have a medical distribution company pick me up and license or purchase. I have 2 U.S. Patents on it, and get it out there because they're bigger and they have bigger reach than I do. So that's kind of my goal, Lisa, to get it out.
And you know what? Everything that I've ever seen you set out to do, you will do. Tell everybody about your personal life. I bet there's some people out there that don't realize that this grandma here races motorcycles around a circuit of Americas.
Yes, we like
telling your little secrets.
Actually a pretty funny story, and it gives credit to my father. My father was very wealthy and I was not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, I am like way too cool to be on the school bus. I'm not doing it anymore. Because I'm 15. Hello, too cool. And he's like, well, then go buy a car. I only babysit, right? So I don't have any money. So I actually went to look at a Spitfire with 1 cylinder working. And we walked through the journey, and I said, oh, I can't drive this. And I go, well, that's all the money you have, $500. And I'm like, oh, well, what else? And he said, well, the women in Denmark drive motorcycles, right? My dad thought he was Steve McQueen. Okay, I'm just letting you know.
Wow. How do I not know this story?
Okay. Anyway, so I went and bought a cash. Okay, no debt, but I bought my first 125 Honda, and I went to Honda CB, and I went off to school at 15 years of age. I had hair down my back, and off we go. Well, I showed up for school. I was on the volleyball team, and let me just make it short. I got called in from the principal. Why are you starting a gang? I'm starting a gang because 2 weeks later, all my volleyball players, 50% of them had their own 125 CBs.
You were starting a gang. You were going in business. You're getting in the motorcycle business.
Absolutely. That's why. So I've been riding motorcycles for 45 years. My husband and I ride all over the world with the GS 1200s. We're going to Europe. We're going to be doing Italy. We're going to be doing the Alps. We've been to Scotland when I was a keynote speaker over in the UK. Then we went off and did the riding through Scotland. But I like fun things, Lisa. I like this is how I bonded.
You have to go fast. I mean, there's fun things. Okay,
yeah.
so
tell you
why?
Okay, because busy brain never stops, right? Never stops. When I'm riding a motorcycle, there's a Zen moment of concentration that if you do get distracted or you do think about other things, you could actually die. So what it does is it forces you into the Zen relaxing moment of being concentrating on one thing. And it's a very good relief and peaceful mindset for me. When I'm going 130 miles per hour on Coda, I'm at peace. I know it sounds weird, but that's when my mind is really quiet.
Okay, so now I have figured out what we're buying you for Christmas. And so all of the friends that are watching this, we need to find Cherie one of those games, like you see it like Chuck E. Cheese, where she can like be on a motorcycle at her house playing the game, but not at 130 miles an hour because it would still, yeah.
I'll know the difference. I'm just telling you now. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's it. I do ride motorcycles all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like cars. I like boats, and I like things that go fast.
You like things that go fast. Tell us about this beautiful, gorgeous, adorable granddaughter of yours.
Oh, Scarlett, my baby girl. So
She looks just like you, by the way.
Well, okay, thank you. But I actually sent Lisa a video. I guess she was 4, and we were watching the Olympics, and she said, "Excuse me, everybody," to all the adults in the room, and she goes, "Excuse me," and we're like, "What?" And she says, "Quiet." We're like, "You don't talk to people like that. Why are you going to talk like that?" And she goes, "I'm the boss lady."
I remember that.
I said, "You're not what? You're not the boss of anything. You're up to our kneecaps. You're not the boss of it." And then she had to figure out a reason why she's the boss lady. Okay. So she was holding a balloon and she goes, "I'm the boss lady because I have the balloon." So that gave her credibility to be the boss lady. And we busted out laughing, right? What she wanted our attention to start chanting USA, USA. But then she always asked me, "Grandma, I'm the boss lady." I said, "No, I'm the boss lady. I'm older." And then she'll say, "You're the CEO." So
just the fact, she must be 5 or 6. She's about the same age as Eli.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's wonderful. I mean, what I love about you, Cherie, is that, you live a super big life. It's very awesome. I mean, just to watch you and follow you on social media. So as we kind of start wrapping things up, a couple of things. How can people follow you? How can people take this amazing journey with you? Not only that you're winning the awards, you're crushing it, you're changing the world. I love watching it, but just, you're also fun to watch because, right, you might be on a motorcycle somewhere in the Swiss Alps and your friends don't even know you're leaving sometimes. I'm like, she's in Switzerland. I thought I just talked to her yesterday.
You blow up my phone with "be careful, be careful." Anyways, thank you. Yes. So healincomfort.com. Get that message out, right? Same price as flowers, but helpful for a whole year. It helps with mastectomy surgery, radiation, and reconstruction for a whole year. And it's way less than flowers. And then on Twitter, easy to find me, right? Heal and Comfort.
Okay, we have to tell that. I'm gonna come back to that. We have to tell the Twitter story. You have over 70,000 followers on Twitter, all because of Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, Jessica Simpson. I know
Jessica Simpson. So tell us that story.
Well, that's a crazy story. But anyways,
stories are crazy. I mean, do all of y'all see like a thread here? Just a little bit of a thread.
So I love like technology. That's why I love Alice. Okay, Alice AI
from Dell.
Okay. And then on the dot, okay, I love that technology because I get encouraged every single day by simply signing up for free on the dot. Okay. So that's like super cool. So this technology called Twitter was just coming out. Of course, I got to get in it, get in the mess. I played Pokemon Go too because I had to figure it out. That will be the future shopping. I'm guarantee you'll go into a store and you'll be popping things in and capturing basketballs. Anyways, so I tweeted when Jessica Simpson's dog.
Now, what year was this?
Oh, wow. I mean, 8 years ago. Jessica Simpson's dog unfortunately got snatched apparently by a coyote or some terrible thing like that. And I'm like, I have 1 follower, I believe, on Twitter. And so I tweeted, "Oh, Jessica," I don't even watch her. I don't watch her, but she's a really cool lady. I'm not saying anything about that, but I didn't know. "Oh, Jessica, I'm so sorry. Animals are like our fur babies, and I'm praying for you because that's family." Okay. I just tweeted that because and I hit send. Well, all of a sudden my phone starts blowing up. Heal and Comfort. Do you know you're on CNN? I'm from Japan. What's family of our animals are family over here in Japan too. And it went on CNN. I'm watching my name, Heal and Comfort, go over C-SPAN, CNN, ABC, CBS. I'm like, well, I like Twitter.
I know you like Twitter. You're on Twitter a lot.
I'll tell you why. I watched it go. It's a huge ROI for very little effort. I've spoken to people all over the world and Skyped them simply because of tweeting. I mean, It's Twitter is cool, and so there's a lot of other social media. Instagram's blowing up. I like technology.
I know you like technology. Okay, so if you have to make a prediction, if you're an entrepreneur and time is limited and so many times entrepreneurs are solopreneurs, what is the one piece of social, because you're so good at all of it, what is the one thing from a social media standpoint would you tell them to concentrate on to build their following and build their business?
Authentic engagement and connect to something like Buffer. Buffer is a platform where you can put all your social media. And if you're just out of bandwidth and you're out of time because you're a solopreneur, which I understand, you can just hit and send, and it will blast it all over the place. I don't like it a lot all the time, but I'll tell you what, if it's not authentic engagement, if you're not talking from your heart, if you're not real, forget about it. It's right. Like collecting Pokemon cards. It doesn't matter how many followers you had if nobody cares. Okay. Right. Don't do those bots that get your own, X amount of followers for whatever. Don't do that.
It's just all fake news. And I see that you're constantly tweeting about Seth Godin. Is that kind of your go-to mentor or, guru?
Yes, I do believe that what he does so brilliantly is he teaches great, big, huge concepts in very little words. And that's where we're getting with our bandwidth. Our bandwidth is just talk to me, teach me now,
sound bites, snippets.
Oh, yeah, just help me out now. And everybody's desperate for help. And he doesn't just beat his own chest and say how cool he is. He actually gives and gives and gives and gives and gives. So I do retweet him automatically. Whatever he says, I retweet because
the reason that I follow him now is because of you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And Bob Berg, right? I mean, yes. Bob Berg. Okay. So what we can learn from Bob Berg is he thanks every single engagement, every single one. Doesn't matter if it's Facebook or Twitter. And I know he's so gracious.
And he is that person in real life.
I know. And this is his book. I'm obsessed with it.
I finished it. I got one for my mother. My son's reading it right now. It's a fantastic book. And it's very timely for what's going on in the world today, the Go-Giver Influencer.
It so is. And it's basically step into other people's shoes.
Yeah. And you know what, Cherie, I think if more people in the world would step into other people's shoes, have the compassion and the heart that you have to serve others, I want to congratulate you again. I mean, seriously, I was over the moon when I heard that you won that award because it's so well deserved. So I want to get it right. It's a 2018 global. Oh, good grief. I thought I had it right here. Oh, yeah. The 2018 Global Woman Inspirational Award awarded to you a couple of nights ago in Times Square in New York City for what you do for women and men who are fighting one of the toughest battles of their life. And you do it selflessly. I know you. See, I know you. I have the benefit of knowing you personally.
You get
my very, very, very dear friend of mine. And everything you do is the real deal. And you're authentic and you care. And this is just one of many awards that I see in your future, my friend. So congratulations.
But give me 2 seconds. Thank you, Lisa, for rounding the troops. I mean, I got almost overwhelmed with your followers actually taking the time to do Facebook Live. They haven't met me. They love you so much. They follow, they learn, they listen. Okay, it's the big sell. You're all about creating relationships, right? That's the bottom line of what you do. You basically capitalize on how you're making people feel, right? That's the magic. You're not selling products. You're not teaching people clever words, Lisa. You're teaching relationships in the heart. Well, you put out this call, hey, my friend's up for, and I'm like, what? I mean, I almost had carpal tunnel syndrome from thanking people. So how do I?
You thanked every single person.
Well, that's Bob
on my feed. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I was just like, dang, she's going to go through and thank hundreds and hundreds of people. I mean, what you're doing matters. And people know that.
Well, what you do matters. And thank you for making my voice louder, Lisa. That's what you do. You're a champion for all people and certainly a special champion for women. I mean, there's nobody like you. I remember telling one person real quick, they said something, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, Lisa Copeland won't like that. That's going to be like Mama Bear coming out. I would advise not to say that. And she's like, oh, okay. I won't go there.
Don't mess with the girls on my watch.
So Jasper tribe.
Right. All right, my friend, I love you. Continued success. And guess what? I get to have the first interview again when you win the, let's see, global. I bet you Elon Musk comes out with something that'll be interplanetary or something.
Intergalactic. Let's go for intergalactic.
Yes, intergalactic. And I'm going to say, out of everybody in this earth that I know, you're going to win it first. I love you.
I love you too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I love Ken. I love Ken. He's awesome.
Oh, yes. Oh, and real quick, I'm going to say goodbye, but tomorrow's Ken's 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Ken.
Happy birthday, Ken.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.